Hello? Oh my God, that's so loud. Why is it so loud? What's up, chat? Hi, everybody. It's me. How are you doing? Why is that so loud? I'm sorry. My mic is having a spaz attack. Uh-oh, hang on a second. Okay, I'm back. Hey, it's me. Hi, how are you? I can't see chat. Where's chat? Chat, where are you? I can't find you. Oh, there you are. What's up, Mason? What's up, Salem? What do we got going on, everybody? What's up? A cup of coffee at 10:30 p.m. Yeah, that's a big mistake. I only have water. No coffee. Mason, how are you? It's been a hot minute, my dude. It's been a busy week for you. Well, it's been a busy week for me, too. Thank you all so much for stopping in. This is not going to be a long stream. This is not going to be a gaming stream. Obviously, you can tell by the setup here that it is simply a Gabbing with GalSal stream. I am just here to talk about the charity live stream tomorrow. I am here to make sure we all are on the same page and we all know what we're doing so we can get our GalSal pals all on the same focus here. Anyway, but how are you? It is Friday. It is Friday. I'm excited that it's Friday. Are you excited that it's Friday? Because I kind of am. Maybe. A little bit. Oh, crap. I have to make sure the YouTube stuff is updated, chat. Why didn't you tell me? That's like your job. Your job as chat is to tell me how to do my job. Oh, you know what? I'm not even going to bother with the YouTube thing. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. It's all fine. A rumor that you've heard that coffee sometimes helps neurodivergent people sleep. I have no idea. I have no idea. You're excited it's Friday? I'm excited it's Friday. We have an ad break in 1 minute. Why are we having so many ad breaks? What is Twitch doing? To be honest, I am excited it's Friday too. What's up, Petey? You're definitely excited it's Friday? Yes. Yes, me too. Me too, Petey. Why are there so many ad breaks? I'm excited it's Friday because that means tomorrow's charity day. And once I get the charity stream done and over with, then I can focus on vacation. I am so ready for a break from everything, chat. You have no idea. I'm so ready for a break from life, from streaming, from everything, social media and everything. I'll probably not go for all the way away from social media, but you know. You're being kidnapped to Texas tomorrow? How are you getting here, Petey? That's great. Are you going to go visit the same people that you visited before? Checking out the new Minecraft update this weekend. Nice, nice. The Dead by Daylight FNAF or Secret of the Mimic. Have the stream in the background. Well, you know what? Speaking of the charity stream, let's just get right to it, right? No, it's Salem. It's okay. When it comes to charity live streams, I usually already have like a set goal in mind, and there probably wouldn't have been enough time anyway, but I do want to hit you up for some possible ideas in the future. So please don't be discouraged. Sometimes things just don't work out and it's nobody's fault, and that's okay. I do want to talk about the charity live stream tomorrow. It will be starting at around 11 a.m. Central Time. So whatever time that is for you, I think it's going to be 9 Pacific, 10 Mountain, and noon Eastern. So wherever you are, overseas, I have no idea. You got to go look it up for yourself. I don't know. But it's going to start at 11. I do have to take a bit of a break at some point because I have to pick Travis up from the airport. So there will be a break in there. We're going to be playing games with friends at about 11:30. We're going to be playing some Repo. There will be some Jackbox Party Pack. What else do I have? I want to go over some of the incentives. Excuse me, chat. I'm sorry. Some of the incentives and the milestones. Obviously, the whole goal for the whole charity stream is $500. I have not been shooting very high with these last few charity lives because I know that money is tight for everybody and I don't want people to feel pressured, you know? I just want to do what we can. And once again, this charity live stream is benefiting lifeline.org. I'm not sure if you're aware, but federal funding has been cut for the prevention hotline for LGBTQ+, which impacts millions of people, and it's bad. So this is a very important thing. So if you can't donate to the stream, to the charity, will you please show up and at least like the stream over on YouTube, share, get it everywhere, signal boost it. That would be great, because the more eyes we get on it, the more money we can raise, and I would really like to do some good. This is going to be my last charity stream probably before Thankmas this year, and it takes so much anymore. And chat, life just be lifing. So $500 is the goal for the whole charity stream. I have 4 different milestones here, and if you're not familiar with me, I do milestones every like couple $100 that we raise. So that when we get to $100, I'm gonna be wearing my rainbow squid, my rainbow squid hat, my pride squid hat on my head. At $250 raised, I have a pride bundle. It has a huge like pride flag, which is just a mixture of all the different flags in one. I have a trans flag pride cup, a bunch of pride stickers, and there's also a pair of socks, pride socks. So we're going to do a drawing for that. And then at $400, I'm going to be painting my face with pride colors. And then at $500, I will be doing a drawing for a custom pride tee that I'm going to be designing through my new store, new old store, because I used to use it before, Designed by Humans. What I will be doing is taking whatever preference you have and putting it in like just a one-off design, and I'll send that to you or have it ordered for you when it comes. And yeah, so that's it. And then in terms of incentives, I think we're doing... Lemons has been at your house fixing your brother's car. A free flight from something that fell through. He's gonna drive there and I'll be helping them. Oh, that's nice. That's nice, Petey. Let me check on Tiltify real quick. Why are you making me do this? Come on. I already signed in. Why is it making me sign in again, chat? I want to go over the incentives that we have, so just give me a minute. Where are you, mail? There it is. All right, Tiltify makes you sign in 2 different ways, which I guess is fine, but it can be kind of inconvenient. Okay, looking at the campaign page here for the Pride for Life campaign. Incentives I have so far, the rewards are really what they're called. For every $5 donated, I will be putting a sticker somewhere on myself. Every $10 donated, I will be picking a bean from the Bean Boozled can. And every $20 donated, I will be doing squats. I think it's like 5 or 10 squats. I think it's 5. For every $50, I will sing a song. That's just in there. And for every $100 donated, the person that donates gets to make my Threads post for me. And if you know anything about me in Threads, chat, that's quite the incentive, I would say, to donate. So there's that. Yeah. There is that. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. I think we have Clue and Zeppy. Petey, are you on deck for tomorrow to play or not? I can't. No, if you're coming here, you're not going to be able to do it. But yeah, we're going to be playing some Repo, I think. And then I think we're also going to be trying something else. For every $1 by the end, you will do 1 burpee. How are we going to know you do burpees, Mason? Nobody's there to like hold you accountable or see if you're really doing them. Got to get those thighs ripped for the watermelon challenge. Yeah, I do, because I already tried it once and it didn't work. You won't record it, but I have your word. You know what? For some reason, Mason, I believe you. I believe you. I think you'll do it. I mean, didn't you do burpees like crazy back in Alex Tima days or Unis Honest days or whatever you want to call it? Pumpkin blood. What's up? Welcome. It depends when, because you can play for over there in time. Well, 11 a.m. Central would be like, what, noon for you? Stopping in. You used to be Jaden. Oh, what's up, Jaden? Well, welcome. I had no idea that username was completely foreign to me, but welcome. I'm glad you're here. At Pixar, it didn't happen. Nah, Mason is actually really good about like doing stuff. And PD, yeah, the watermelon thing. I've already had one trial run with a watermelon and it did not go the way I wanted it to go. So, you know, I'm kind of upset about that. In between every set of Alex's workouts, instead of resting, Zandy and you did burpees. Oh, that's right. You two were always like doing the most, I would say, the most. So now that we've got the charity stuff out of the way, I'm excited. I hope that you are excited. Now you're Pumpkin. Jaden was too close to your actual chosen name. Fair enough. We'll just call you Pumpkin. Like a cute little pumpkin. How has everybody's week been? How are you doing? Was it a personal watermelon or family sized? It was huge. I don't, personal watermelons are like really, really tough. They would be like, geez, probably like 800 pounds of pressure to get them to crack. And I think for like a regular watermelon, like the larger ones, they are like 600 pounds of pressure, I think, to crack them. The charity is important to you, so you want to do something even if it's just burpees. And Mason, I appreciate that so much. That's so cool, dude. So cool. Let me take a look here. Hang on. Change that up. You'd rather not talk about it, Salem? You'd rather not talk about your week? Oh, I'm sorry. You're having a struggle bus week? Those weeks suck so bad. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope tomorrow you find some fun. You know what? Let me see here. I think these are the ones that have like the Band-Aid flavored jelly beans. So maybe you'll get me to eat a Band-Aid flavored jelly bean. Weird. But yeah, PD, it was a regular size watermelon. It was like one of those long ones. I don't know what it was about it. I think I picked one that wasn't quite ripe, so it was still firm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, chat. Weird what? I don't know. Band-Aid flavored? Yes, I did say Band-Aid flavored. No, Band-Aids... Okay, this is so silly. They actually have a taste. They taste like plastic. Not paper, plastic. Yeah, they do. They have a Band-Aid flavor. It's so gross. I had it last time I did the Bean Boozled challenge. A lot. Yeah, the print on this... And medical adhesive, yes. The print on this is kind of small, so I can't really see, but I think it also has the vomit flavor. Like, I haven't opened it yet. It's still closed. But I can already, like, smell how bad everything is gonna taste. Ugh. You were correct. Yeah. Yup. So anyway, yeah, that's what's going on, chat. I know that that it's late, and I know that, like, vomit or eggshells. No, there is a vomit flavored one, Mason. There is a vomit flavored one. I think it's called barf. There is the Band-Aid, the vomit, or barf or whatever, and then some other ones. The wet dog flavor? What's up, Trauma Ducks? No, I haven't had the wet dog flavor. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's so gross. Eggshells aren't that bad? The rotten fish is like, no. Okay, listen, if you're eating scrambled eggs, right? And whoever was preparing the scrambled eggs didn't get all of the shell out, and like you're eating it and it's good and it's fluffy and it's tasty, and then you bite into like crunch and you get that like gritty feeling between your teeth. Nope. I can't do eggshells where eggshells are not supposed to be. I will throw the plate away and I will not eat for the rest of the day because it grosses me out. It's gross, chat. Oh, it's so freaking gross. But I had no idea there was a wet dog flavor of jelly bean. That is terrible. I hate everything about that. You're eating fish right now, but it's not rotten fish. So like, what's the problem? Man, you mentioned consumes Odin pup. What does that mean, Pumpkin? I am so terrible at reading words when they are spelled like that. I don't know what that means. Oh my goodness. Anyway, chat. So that's what we're doing. We're just hanging out for a little bit, talking, catching up. And then tomorrow's the charity stream. Consume sodden pup. What does it mean? It is, in fact, a very delicious leftover fish. Well, now you got to share it with the class. What kind of fish is it? If you tell me it's tilapia, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. I need something fresh, something that's not tilapia or haddock or cod. I still don't understand what consume sodden pup means, Pumpkin. I'm so confused by that. I'm so confused by that. Oh, it's salmon. All right. I can get behind some salmon. Oh, eating wet dog. Oh my gosh. You were being very elaborate in your word choosing there. I see what you did. You know what? Let me bust out my phone flashlight and see what flavors are in here exactly, because I want to know. Hang on. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Burnt rubber. Why the fuck is that a flavor on there? Stinky socks. I'm not kidding you. Stinky socks. That's a flavor. What is another one? Barf. I told you barf was on there. Booger. Liver and onions. Oh, fuck. I'm going to vomit if I get liver and onions. I hate liver and onions. I hate liver and onions. I cannot tell you how much I hate liver and onions. Fuck, that's disgusting. Okay, are there any other nasty flavors on here? Let's see. Those aren't nasty. Dead fish is on there. Old bandage is on there. Stink bug. Oh, fuck. Why is there a stink bug taste? What does a stink bug even taste like? Toothpaste? Oh, yeah, wet dog is on there. God dang it, chat. God dang it, chat. Hang on, I gotta move this UPC code out of the way. So I can finish reading it. What is this? Oh, the rest of them are just fine. The rest of them are like banana flavored or whatever. I do not want any of these. I don't want any of these. No, thank you. That implies someone is out there eating a live fish. You know what? Stink bug may end up being the worst one. My brother, when we were younger, was not a very smart person, by the way. What's up, Sage? Hi. Welcome. He took a live goldfish and swallowed it. So yeah, he ate a live goldfish. I don't know, like, I don't know why. I wasn't with him when he did it, but he did it, and you've eaten burnt rubber, not the jelly bean. Barf, the jelly bean. Liver and onions. Pumpkin. I can't. Liver and onions. I can't do it. Toothpaste. Stink bug. You've eaten an actual stink bug, but you've never eaten wet dog. I hope to God nobody's ever eaten real wet dog. Holy shitza. What's up, Barb? How's it going? How are you? No freaking way, man. No way. You won't catch me eating stink bug. You've also swallowed live animals, bugs, and fish. Not your proudest or smartest moments. Yeah, like, okay. Live animals. Like furry live animals, like a chipmunk. I can't even think of anything that has fur that you would swallow. You're doing great? I'm doing great. 'Twas crunchy and bad. Oh. I can't. I'm doing good. Thank you so much for asking, and it's nice to see you in chat. Crunchy and bad. That reminds me of the Unisanis episode where they ate water bugs. Fuck, that was gross. Why would they do that? Jeez. Do you know what a pinky? Oh, you ate a baby mouse! You ate a baby mouse! Oh my God. Rabbit. You could eat a rabbit whole, Petey. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about parts of animals. We're about live animals. Did you eat a live rabbit? Did you eat a live turtle? Are you out here eating these things? Can you unhinge your jaw? That's wild, man. That's wild. A whole different beast. I mean, did you mean for that to be a pun? Also, Pumpkin, are you part snake? Because isn't that snake food? Sade's over here just absolutely scandalized. People eating bugs and baby rabbits and stuff. Sorry, Sage. We were talking about the bamboozled beans, and he said, "You don't know me like that." You're right, I don't. But that's funny that you said that. Petey swallowing a live turtle whole is a crazy visual. Oh, you did that as a teenager, Pumpkin. Huh. Yeah, pinkies are snake food. Blech. Blech. Yeah, I think pinkies are fed to like baby snakes, right? Like smaller snakes. Oh, chat, I can't. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something else. I can't focus on anything other than like beanboozled beans and wet dog and animals now. Thank you so much, chat, for that. Jesus. You're actually... I'm actually curious about the turtle, but please don't do that. Don't do that. My goodness. I couldn't. Listen, when I was younger, I was visiting my bio dad, and he was making these weird like circular steaks on the grill. And I had no idea what they were because we didn't grow up eating steak. It just wasn't something we got. But I asked him what it was, and he told me that it was turtle meat. And I cried, and I refused to eat it. Turns out it was little steaks, but I didn't know that. Ugh. Your granddaughter turns 1 tomorrow. Happy birthday to your grandbaby, Trauma Ducks. It's okay that you missed the stream. That is a great reason to miss the stream. I will be thinking of you. You can always watch the VOD if there are shenanigans. What's your favorite song currently? My favorite song currently is Gethsemane by Sleep Token. It is an absolutely raw, emotional, beautiful, tragic song that I relate to so much. It's a great song. God, I wish I could play Sleep Token in the background without getting DMCA'd. What's up, Graham? How's it going? You guys are missing the stream for birthday parties. I love it. I love first birthdays. Oh my gosh. I love first birthday parties. And watching the babies are all confused while everybody's looking at them. They don't really know what to do with the cake. I love it. I hope y'all have fun. Graham, how's it going? How is the north? How's the up part of the country? Down here, it's sweltering. I think it's still, yeah, it's still in the 80s. It's 84 degrees right now. 1 is such a good birthday because they have no freaking idea what's going on. And I mean, I'm always convinced that, I don't know why I'm holding my pen. I'm always convinced that first birthdays are more for the parents and like the people that show up than they are for the kid. Yeah, the kid gets like to eat cake and the kid gets presents, but it's like for everybody else. She has no idea and will be super excited. Aww. That is super exciting. Oh my. Whew. Excuse me. Sorry for yawning in your face, chat. Whew. You'll probably be on the road when the stream starts. No worries. It's supposed to be 95 on Monday. Oh, that's hot. That's hot. Yeah, it's been super hot and bright here. I'm actually waiting for like the end of July, beginning of August, when it gets so stupid hot that I could bake cookies on my driveway. I just want to try it to see if it works. Yeah, they are 100% for the parents. There's no way. Like, I remember when my daughter turned 1, I cut by hand, I cut out like, I don't know, like 12 bananas and put her name on each banana because her name is Hannah Banana. And like did all these big decorations and had all these things. And she literally didn't care about anything. She didn't even want anything to do with the cake. She wanted the toys. That's the only thing she cared about. But everybody else was like, you know, getting food and singing happy birthday. And she was just like giving everybody this like bombastic side eye. She was so skeptical. And so like, what the hell are all these people doing here? It was so funny. So fun. You're going up north. I love that. The neck tat looks so good. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's got like a blue, violet, kind of purple color. And then the center of the orchid is the skull. Thank you, Sades. Your current favorite songs are the Buck Bumble theme. I don't know what that is. And what is that? Nueva York by Bad Bunny? I don't know that song either. I'm on a Sleep Token kick. I'm still like every day, all day, even in Arcadia is playing. And it's usually between Infinite Baths, Provider, and Gethsemane. You're just hoping she doesn't cry. I mean, sometimes they get overwhelmed. You know, there's a lot of people and noises, you know, that can be very overwhelming for babies. You live in the Glove? Hey, Glove. I'm from the Glove. I'm from right... Wait, no. I'm from right here. Right here. The Glove is where it's at. I almost said the wrong side. I am not from the thumb side of the Glove, chat. Although I do love the thumb side of the Glove. You love the colors. Thank you. I'm actually, this summer, I'm probably going to be getting another tattoo on my leg. It's going to be Jazz's nose print and his paw prints. Because whenever I would sit down and he wanted my attention, he would always come up and put his nose and one of his paws on my thigh. So that's where I'm gonna get his stuff tattooed at. Chat, I really miss my dog. I'm gonna be very transparent. I have had such a hard time with life since my dog passed. I don't even know if it's normal at this point, how much I miss Jazz. Like, Travis came home a couple of weeks ago for a few days, and it was the first time he'd been back home since we had to, you know, since Jazz passed away. And it was so hard. It was so hard. Everybody was like reliving everything. You missed Jazz and you never even got to meet him. No, but y'all got to hear him a lot. Your oldie station hit you at a really odd time. The oldie station is currently your fave. Aw. What is up, Flohausen? Did I say that right? Hope you're doing great. Well, I'm doing great. How are you doing? It's just hard, you know. I miss him so much, chat. Like, with the nature of Travis's job and everything that we've gone through over the last decade or so, Jazz was like my confidant. That dog knew everything. I talked to that dog like he could have full-on conversations with me. And so when he passed, it was hard. I don't have anybody to talk to, you know, during the day anymore. Yeah, it is like that, Sades. It is so like that. That's a Germany in the second one, so it's difficult. Oh, that's not difficult. Today was perfect for you and you're doing great. I'm glad. Aw, Dankeschön. German's not that hard for me. I lived in Germany. I studied the German language. Doom is literally by your side. Yes, and Jazz was by my side as well. So yeah, I miss him. And like, I still hear barking sometimes, and I know that it's not him, but for a minute I'm just like, oh my God, where's Jazz? You know, and where did I live? In Rheinland-Pfalz in Baumholder. Near Kaiserslautern and Ida Oberstein. You're gonna go play video games and eat? Yeah, near Rammstein, yes. Yeah, I didn't live on Rammstein though. Pumpkin, thanks for hanging out. I love the new name, by the way. And I hope to see you tomorrow. It is hard, Sades. Graham in here showing off his Deutsch. I mean, at least we have, you know, we have his ashes, and I have a clay print of his paw. I have the prints of his nose and his paws, and I have a couple vials of his fur, so... Oh, yeah, Salem, it's hard. What's up, Katie? How's it going? Welcome. You don't know how old she is? And that, yeah, that makes it more difficult because you can't get a handle on like how much time you have left. But I will say this, I kind of knew with Jazz, like, I think about a week, maybe 2 weeks before, he just started to like get really slow and lethargic, and then it just kind of went from there, you know what I mean? And Flohausen, there's no reason to say sorry, you're fine. You caught yourself trying to convince yourself that she's younger. Aw. You're doing pretty good? I'm glad, Katie. I'm glad you're doing well. I am doing well also. I'm just here chatting it up, and then I'm gonna go and take care of some behind-the-scenes stuff. That's how I felt about Jazz, Salem. He was always there. Always there. Always there. I agree, Sades. No, and you know, that's not to say that I'm not still mourning or that I think it replaces him, but it gives me something physical, something tangible, right? Something I can feel. We got one of those too, Trauma Ducks. Yep, we got one of those too. They were really, really, really good about it. Like, they took such good care of Jazz. Yeah, Mason, that's the thing about life. You just never know. You know, you never know when the last time you're going to pet your dog is. You never know when the last time you're going to pick your kid up is. And you never know when the last time, I don't know, you're going to see somebody. We should all just be like kind, you know, and loving and not afraid to show affection to the people we care about or tell people we love them. You know what I mean? That's important. You know what I think about? I think about people who don't have like family or friends or support systems. And I often wonder if there are people who live their whole lives without ever hearing the words, I love you, or I'm proud of you, or you are wanted, or you are needed. You know what I mean? 100%. Right, Barb? Yeah, we had that. We had that. Our vet here definitely treats the pets like they're, you know, like they're important, not a number. And I love that. He ran an in-home euthanasia service, and you're just so glad we added services. Oh, that is nice. That is nice. See, here where I live, we are not allowed to bury animals in our yard. We can get in a lot of trouble if we did that. So there's like a local pet cemetery where people can pay to have their animals buried, but we wanted Jazz cremated so we could bring him with us wherever we move. It's important, you know, you got to be able to mourn your pets, your people the way that you need to. And some people are fine with with them being buried. I'm not. You kind of struggle with that a little bit, but you've been okay most of your life. What are you struggling with, Petey? Was this turning into one of those sessions? Let's talk about it, chat. All right, I got my book. Let's talk about it. What are you struggling with, Petey? How can we lift you up, friend? That is kind, Salem. 100%. That is kind. But yeah, I think that we as a society, especially Western society, has been conditioned to be very individualized. And we take that to an extreme degree where we are so hyper individualized that we no longer have villages. We no longer have communities. We no longer meet our neighbors. We literally don't talk to anybody. And, you know, we're even going so far as to be afraid to like tell our friends that we love them or give our siblings affection or whatever. It's just, I don't like that. I don't like that. Life is short. We're only on this planet for a little while. And why are we going to spend it being withdrawn and away from other people? We should be loving on people. We should be happy for people who are happy. We should be walking with people who are not happy. We should be leaning on people when we need them and letting them lean on us when they need us. I don't think that humans were built to mind our own business, so to say. And I think that's really just kind of, I don't know, that's kind of where I am right now. And of course the music kicks in. I wish affection was more normalized. When I went to have, oh, hang on just a second, chat. Hang on, chat. I gotta fix something for my kiddo. There we go. What's up, Travis? I can't remember what I was saying now. Loving on people. Affections. Yes, I wish affection was normalized. Oh, that's what I was saying. When I had to go to the surgeon to talk about like a possible surgery for breast cancer removal, which thankfully I didn't need to have, a friend went with me and she held my hand, quite literally held my hand. And it was so reassuring, so comforting, and so incredibly needed. And I think things like that need to be more normalized. And I think that affection between friends, and I'm not talking like romantic affection, I'm talking about like holding hands or hugging or, you know, like even scooched together on the couch cuddling, because you just need that from people. Not everything is a romantic or sexual thing in nature, and I think that more people need to realize that and normalize affection between people who are, you know, in relationships with each other, whether it's friendships, whether it's siblings, whether it's, you know, whatever. And I think that people would be a lot less lonely. I think that people would feel more love and more compassion. And it really bothers me. Exactly. Platonic affection, Graham. Thank you. It really bothers me that people can't express that without judgment or without being judged. Hang on a second. Kids are being kids, chat. Sorry. Family and friend hugs. Yeah, like platonic affection needs to be something normalized. It needs to be accepted. It needs to be encouraged, because humans need that contact, right? Like humans need that feeling of closeness to other humans. And it sucks that everything in terms of affection is, you know, overtly sexualized. And I hate that. It makes things awkward. It ruins so many, you know, it ruins so many things. Gal trying to mom us while also being a mom. Now listen here, kids. I saw Travis is in chat. What's up, Trav? But yeah, I wish that was more normal. And I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't had my friend with me, and if she hadn't reached out and held my hand. Like, I needed that more than I ever could have expressed. You wish you were more comfortable asking for it because you're literally so isolated and touch-starved. And I'll tell you what, feeling isolated, being isolated, and feeling and being touch-starved is not what humans were meant to experience. And I'm sorry that you're going through that. If I'm being completely transparent here, I go through that as well. 100%, 100% honest. I'm not out here like living my best life, social butterfly, hanging out with somebody every single day. Wrong kind of music. Wrong kind of music. Why are we playing this kind of music, chat? Hang on. What are we doing? There we go. Give me this song. Okay. I am just as isolated, just as lonely, just as touch-starved as the next person. And it is difficult, but I cling to the people who have shown up for me. I cling to this community. Like, I don't create content and I don't stream as much as I want to. And I feel so guilty about that. But every time I go live, or every time I post a video, or every time I talk to somebody in the Discord, I am reminded of why I started this. And it's kind of, for me, it's kind of a full circle moment, because when I started this YouTube channel, I just started it to, you know, just be a YouTuber, and then it turned into like a community-based thing. And that is why, like, the mission statement, if you will, for this community is you are important and you matter. Because there are people who will go their whole lives without hearing those words. And it's important to me that everybody who comes here feels that way. Not only do they feel welcome and find a place here, but I want them to know that they are important. And I want them to know that their presence here matters. This might be a little too deep for you. Aw, Trav. She went the other way. I mean, and that's the thing, you know, like, that's something else. Okay, listen, we're going to go into a little bit of therapy session, a little bit of disclaimer. Nobody here is a medical professional. This is not medical professional advice. We are just having experiences and sharing them as such. Thank you very much. Here's something else that I wish we would stop doing. I wish that we would stop internalizing the way people treat us. And by that, I mean, if somebody is not respecting your time or not respecting you or crossing your boundaries every chance they get or taking advantage of you or treating you terribly, that is not a reflection on you. That is not a measure of your worth. That is not a measure of your value. That is a measure of that person. That is a reflection of how they are as a person. And that has nothing to do with you. But what do we do? What do we do? What is the first thing? What is the first thing we do when somebody treats us wrong? What did I do wrong? 5 little words, but they create such a deeply seated, internalized hatred. You know? What did I do wrong? Nothing. And that's the answer. But that's the first thing we think of. That's the first thing we think of, is it's our fault that somebody is mistreating us. When that's not the case at all. What's happening? Travis, what are you out here? You out here giving out memberships, Travis? Thank you very much, babe. Travis bought his own. Yeah, he bought his own membership. That's funny. It is a struggle, and that's the thing too. Like, it's not something that is normal, but it should be, right? Like, it's not your fault that somebody treats you poorly. That is their fault. You have to reap the consequences of how they've treated you. And you are responsible for healing whatever traumas were a result of how they treated you, which sucks because it wasn't your fault. But it's not your fault that they treated you that way. And I wish that we wouldn't do that. I wish it could be as easy as, like, why did you say that to me? You said you were my friend, but you did this thing. Why? You know what I mean? And I wish that was normal. I wish to God that was normal, because we should have no right internalizing the things that people do to us. That is on them. They should be internalizing that. They should be the ones that feel bad about treating people around them like shit. Sorry, I'm gonna get off my high horse now. That's just where that's where I was. That's where my brain went, chat. Do not. Don't do it. Don't do it. I got an air can with your name on it. Don't do it. Good boy. I didn't really spray him with the air. I gotta get him to stop scratching things. Silly cat. The expectations that people put on you as a kid, common example of the shame of not knowing. Amen. And the pals said amen. You know, I want people to, everybody deserves to be mentally well, right? And if you have mental illnesses, then you deserve to find ways to cope with them and not be so so down all the time. And I feel like if we had those communities, if we had those support systems in place, it would be so much easier. And if people would just take accountability for themselves and be self-aware and mindful of themselves and around the people around them, it would be so much easier. Makes you feel ashamed for not knowing something. Yeah, well, I mean, and that is shitty too, because somewhere along the lines, or along the way from childhood to adulthood, to parenthood, a lot of parents forget that they were kids once, and they forget that they did not know the things that they know now. And so they hold children to adult standards. And that's asinine. But a lot of adults do that. What's up, sis? Am I doing okay? I'm doing okay. I am. I'm excited about the charity live stream tomorrow. And we're just talking a little bit about stuff about, you know, not internalizing the way other people treat us, and like we wish that there was more of a sense of a community instead of this hyper individualism. But how are you, sis? How's it going? And unfortunately, you'll find that out with a lot of like parents who were abusive. They will not ever acknowledge what they've done. It's just a thing they're not going to do, because then they will feel shame and guilt, and they won't bear that burden because they don't want to, because it's too much. I don't know what we're talking about. We're just kind of talking about whatever. Yeah, it's deep thoughts time. Yes, we're just having some deep thoughts time. You know, Sades, that's the thing. I've actually had a conversation like that with my therapist, and you have to let go of that, is what she said to me, because you can't make somebody apologize, and you cannot force somebody to give you something that you don't need necessarily. In my case, it was closure. I'll never get that. I will never get the apologies. I will never get the acknowledgement. I had to do the work myself to give myself what I needed to lay those traumas, lay those heartbreaks, lay those pains to rest, so I could move forward with the rest of my healing. Yeah, it's a common thing, Sades. It's a common thing for parents to, that never happened, or they won't even acknowledge it whatsoever at all, because they don't want that shame and they don't want that guilt, because then that means that they're admitting to doing something wrong, and that just opens a whole other can of worms that they're not prepared to deal with. And in my case, at some point, I had to let that go. I had to let that go. I was never going to get an apology. I was never going to get acknowledgement. And so I had to apologize to my inner child. I had to acknowledge the traumas myself. I had to close that chapter myself. Nobody else was going to close that chapter for me. I did it myself. Yeah. And it's likely that'll never happen, Salem. I mean, I can't speak to your situation because I don't know anything about it, and it's not my place, but in my experience and in things that I've read and talked about with my own therapist, it's in those circumstances, it's likely to never happen. Yeah. Because, you know, again, an apology is an acknowledgement, and an acknowledgement leads to guilt and shame that they don't want to feel. Travis is over here. I love lamp. Okay, Brick Tamlin. Calm down over there with your trident. Well, I mean, don't be proud of me. I am so far from being, like, fully healed. And that's the other thing. Like, when you're an adult and your life has been, you're like a product of childhood trauma and like even trauma as an adult, I don't know that you will ever fully heal. I think that your whole life is going to be spent enjoying your life, enjoying the people in your life, but you will never fully be healed. You'll always have something with you. It's like that analogy of crumpling up the paper and then trying to re-straighten it out. There's always going to be wrinkles and rips and tears and stuff. You're always going to have that with you. You're changed in fundamental ways. It's a thing. PD likes chocolate milk. We love it. And I'm sorry that it's come to that for you, Salem, but here is a safe place for you, and I hope that you know that. Accountability is a huge deal, Trauma Ducks, but it is something that so few people will put upon themselves. When I do something wrong, or if I say something hurtful, or if I do something, that's completely unacceptable or whatever, I will own up to it and I will say, I made a mistake. I am sorry. I did this thing. That's my fault. That was my responsibility. That was my bad. I take accountability for it and I will do better next time. But a majority of the time, and it's taken me a while to get there because I wasn't always that way. I think that people don't put in effort to be accountable. Well, it's because of this, that, or that. That's just how I am. Like, I've heard that excuse so many times for people in lieu of actually holding themselves accountable. Well, that's just how I am. I just don't do that. But that's not how you should be. That's not healthy. That hurts and damages yourself in relationships with people you might have. You need to change who you are if that is who you are. If you are the kind of person who breadcrumbs people for attention, but you have no intention of giving that attention back or any kind of reciprocation, you need to change who you are because that's shitty behavior. And saying, well, that's just how I am, is shitty. I did the best I could. I think to a degree, sis, that I agree with that. I did the best I could with what I had. But I think, and this is me because I used to say that, like, I think this, but if I know that there's a way to do better, then I need to find that way to do better. I can't say that I'm doing my best if I'm cognizant of other ways to do things that might be better, whether it comes to parenting or being in relationships or what have you. I mean, times change, but I think somewhere along the way, we've always kind of wanted to acknowledge these things, right? But they've always been pushed under the rug, or, people excuse things because you have to respect your elders, so you never get to question why they've done stuff. Like, I mean, it's a thing, and it just has evolved generation after generation after generation. And I think honesty is important. I try to be honest in everything that I do. Obviously, I mean, I am not like fully transparent with my personal life, especially online, but my goal in life is to be honest and communicate effectively and love people genuinely and authentically. I feel like if I do those three things, then I will have made the best choices for myself and those around me. And sometimes it's hard being honest because I know that the truth is going to hurt, whether it's hurt me or hurt somebody else, and I don't want to do that. But you have to. What's the point of being honest if you're not going to be honest at the times where it's absolutely necessary? Respect my authority. Oh man. That's just who I am as for quirky outfit choices, not toxic behaviors. Truth. It's easier to lie to themselves and everyone else that everyone else accept them as wrong. Yeah. Yep, Mason, you're right. But here's the thing, that people don't realize that they're doing that, or they do, but then they don't care about the fact that there's a common denominator there. You know what I mean? Because if there's like a group of friends, right? Or a group of people who do not know each other, but there's this one person who knows all these people, and that one person is always saying, oh, this person's terrible, this person's terrible, oh, this person's that. There's a theme here. There's a pattern here. And there's a common denominator here. Because if you're going to tell me that all 12 of these people did the same exact thing, and they don't know each other, and they're not aware of each other, excuse me, how can I believe that that one person is not the problem? You know what I mean? Wait, what? She don't have a personal life? What are you talking about, Travis? Yes, honesty does not mean having zero boundaries. Exactly. Honesty is always the best policy for an authentic life, but some people don't need that. What do you mean, Barb? They don't need that or they don't want that? Travis out here telling people I don't have a personal life. Threads is my personal life, Travis. How dare you? Hold on to the anger and you let her hold it. No, you work to gain her respect again. That's hard. See, and you know, the boundaries thing too, because people often ask me why I say I am kind and not nice. And my justification for that is the difference between kind and nice are boundaries. When you're nice, you placate people. You make room for others by shrinking yourself down. You are polite out of self-preservation, necessity, social niceties, whatever. When you are kind, you can say, no, I'm taking up this space. It's not available right now. Not only are you being kind, but you're holding and setting a boundary. Whereas being nice gives room for people to use you as a doormat. And I am not a nice person. I am a kind person until I'm not. Everyone has a personal life. It came free with your being. Us over 50 crowd is our own special kind of trauma from a be seen and not heard. Yes. Yes. I am not over 50, but I did come from a house like that because my parents were absolutely parented that way. Oh, yes, Barb, that is true. I get it now. They aren't craving to be themselves truly since they aren't being honest with themselves. And that's the thing. That's the thing. People have to be honest with themselves. They, you know, you can tell everybody up all day and every day, I'm a mindful person, I'm a kind person, and I do this, that, and the other. But if you aren't really that, what's up, Fiera? And you're just kind of spilling empty words everywhere and not actually following through or not believing yourself to be that, people will eventually see through it, you know, and that's the shitty thing. You're nice until someone fucks around. I'm kind until I'm not. That's my thing. Do no harm and take no shit. Yes. I like that, Sades. I like that a lot. Yeah, we need to put Travis back in the attic. Oh, wait, Travis is over here talking about putting himself in the attic. Oh, my God, Trav. Chat, we need to make Attic Dad a prisoner again. You're a dick all the time. That is not true. Please don't believe him. He says that all the time, and he's really not. He can be, but he's really not. Not all the time. I just outed you, Travis. My parents were very much, like, I love my parents, but my parents were very much the be seen and not heard. It was every weekend we were put outside and the weather, whatever, unless it was like raining. But they would lock the doors behind me and my brother and sister, and we would be outside for hours. Your animal is taking you to space. I'm so jealous, Barb. You're gonna go settle in with that dessert? Enjoy the dessert. I want to know if you like it, so you have to tell me if you like it, Barb. I love you, and I hope you have a good night and have fun with your space journey. People have their own agendas. That's what you've come to find. That's fair. I used to think that having a lot of friends was where it was at, right? Like, the more friends you have, the better off you'll be. And as I've gotten older, Mom and Dad are fighting. Love you bunches, Barb. Yeah, they'd lock the doors behind us. Yes, it was a thing. Sis, you made me lose my train of thought. No! Oh, the friends thing. But the older I got, the more I realized it's not about how many friends you have, like the quantity of your friends, it's the quality of the people you have. I am lucky to have like 3 people that I can truly be like, hey, I need you here, and they will show up, no questions asked. Callie, did I say your name right? What's up, Callie? Just got another year older as of yesterday. Happy birthday to you. Kelly. Oh, I'm sorry. Happy birthday, Fiera. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Yeah, like if you have two people in your life that you can count on who are always there for you no matter what, then you are lucky. Because it definitely, you can have like all kinds of acquaintances and friends and have like girls' nights and whatever. Kim Vic from that's right. Okay, Kelly, I recognize you now. But those people are fair weather friends. You will find that those people will be your friends when the going's good, when things are great, when you have money in the bank, when you have a car to drive, when you have a hotel to stay at. Those people are by your side. But when the bank runs out, when the car is dead, when there's no hotel and you're staying in your parents' basement, where are they? They're not there. And a lot of people offer those empty, I don't want to say platitudes because that's not the right word, but like, call me if you need anything. I hate that phrase more than anything in my world because every time somebody has said that to me, they've never meant it. And I'm glad you have that, Sades. Definitely. You're welcome, Fiera. I hope you had a good birthday. Wait a minute. What did we say about therapy? I got to read this. Does it count if you gave birth to those two friends? Hell yeah, it does. It does. What does this say? One of your old therapists described boundaries as a wall around your kingdom and inside are your crop fields, and she would say stuff like, what? Don't go touching people's fields, but don't go torching people's fields. See, and you feel so understood? Well, I'm glad. I feel like boundaries are not just to keep people out, but they are to protect yourself as well. You struggle with this because you always mean it, but you're horrible to ask for help. I think for me, I've just heard that phrase and it was an empty offer so many times. I have a hard time believing people when they say it. And that's a me thing. That's not a them thing. But yeah, boundaries are not just to keep people out. Boundaries exist for your sake as well. So you don't go crossing a line. If you know you've got that boundary set up, you not only can monitor who's allowed in it, but yourself before you cross it. They go both ways. Well, I'm glad you survived it, Fiera. But yeah, it's, it's just one of those things. So like, I have to learn that not everybody offers fake, I hate saying that because it sounds so stupid, offers empty friendship, empty offers of being there. Not everybody does. You're lucky just to have one really good friend. You are lucky. Oh, I did miss the second bit of that. I'm sorry, Salem. She remembers your birthday and everything. That's important. That is important. It is hard when you've been burned a lot. But there's that saying that floats around the internet sometimes about like, don't bleed your trauma onto people who didn't cut you or something like that. I can't remember. Yes, thank you, PD. Hollow promises. I can't remember the phrase exactly, but that's kind of how it went. And that is something that I am actively learning to not do, is hold other people responsible or have them pay the consequences of the trauma that other people caused or something. I'm having a hard time putting these words together right now. But yeah. There's so much going on. You can't keep up. You appreciate all the conversations. We appreciate you, sis. But yeah. Oh crap. This went on a lot longer than I thought, chat. This discussion has been great. We actually had a Gavin with Gal discussion. Look at that. Speaking of boundaries, a friend who had this thing for slinging insults, and you had to tell them they could pitch all they wanted at you, but I feel like we're missing a sentence here. Yeah, Sades, I can't do fake friendships. I can't do surface level connection. I cannot do I cannot do calling somebody friend if I don't mean it. If I call somebody my friend, they're my friend and I'm there for them. If they don't reciprocate that, then I will walk myself back because that's me protecting my energy. Ah, yeah, that is a boundary, Fiera. You know, and there's something to be said too about people who use humor as a way to hurt other people. I don't know. There's something about that. But chat, I'm going to get going. I actually have to set up some stuff for the charity live stream tomorrow. So what I'm going to be doing is going on Instagram. And if you're on Instagram, I might go on Instagram live. So, I mean, you never know. But I have to go set up my OBS stuff for tomorrow. So if you want, come hang out with me on IG Live. We can hang out there. But I'm going to get going for now. Thank you all so much for being here. You need a deep connection. I feel that, Sades. I feel that 100%. Charity stream tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Time, $500 for the translifeline.org organization. And hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. My name is GalSal. Please remember, you are important and you matter very, very much. Bye.